days are days of tshuva. You know, a tainus is a time of tshuva. Shabbos B'Tammuz is a time of tshuva. Tisha B'Av is a time of tshuva, and days in between are also times of tshuva. Rambam says in Mishnah Torah, in Hilchos Tainus, says, Yesham Yomim Shekol Yisrael Misanim Bohem. Certain days everybody fasts. He was talking there about individual fasts. Certain days everyone fasts. But Ne'atzoro She'iru, the troubles that happen, V'hen Kedei La'orer Halavavish L'ftoach Darchei Tshuva. It should inspire the people to do tshuva. Use as Zikaron L'Maseinu, they should remember our deeds, Harayim, L'Masei Avaseinu, and of our ancestors, Shehayu K'Maseinu, Ad Shikaron Lehem V'lanu Osan HaToras. It caused for them and for us. Because it says, every door that the place of Mikdash is not built, it's considered as if it was destroyed. It means we're the cause just as well as they were. But really it doesn't end on Tisha B'Av. The Vort, they say that Tammuz, those four letters, Tammuz, not in exact order, stand for Zmani Tshuva Mamash B'Shinu Bayim. Times of Tshuva are getting closer. That's Tammuz. And what is Av? Aleph Beis, Elul Ba. And El, for sure, is El. So therefore we have to realize these are days of Tshuva. Nissen Kaplan, Shlita, said in his drasha on Shabbos B'Tammuz that the 21 days between Shabbos B'Tammuz and Tisha B'Av correspond to the 21 days from Rosh Hashanah to Hoshana Rabbah. These are days of Tshuva. Now, we know the Averis that caused the Churban Beis HaMikdash. The first Beis HaMikdash, 3 Averis, Avodah Zarah, Gila Raish, Vichus Dami. Second Beis HaMikdash, Sinus China. Now, what can we do to fix these things up? So, in the Pirkei Avos, the first parak, Shimon HaTzadik says, Shlosh Dvarim Ha'olam Omed. The world stands on 3 pillars: Torah, Avodah, and Gemilas Chasadim. Now, this I think is said in the name of the Maharal, and I'm not sure, that the Avodah Zarah is in the mind. That way people think about Avodah Zarah. Gila Arayis is in the lave. It says, Lo Sosor Achrei Levavchem V'Achareinechem, the taivus that a person has. And Shvichus Damim, of course, is with the body. Yeah. So what do we have? Corresponding or sort of offsetting this. The Torah is in the mind. Avodah is in the heart. It says, Ezu Avodah Shabalei, Zu Tefillah. And Gemilas Chasadim, simple, that's for sure, in the guf. Yeah. That's it says that. What's the difference between Staka and Gemilas Chasadim? That Staka is only with money, and Gemilas Chasadim is with money and with your body as well. So the tikkun for these 3 Averis is Torah, Avodah, and Gemilas Chasadim. And we can even say this about the Bayis Sheni, which is because of Sinas Chinam. We can show that it also relates to these 3 areas. Torah. It says, Talmidei Chachamim Marbim Shalom Ba'olam. So someone asked, what does it mean? How does Talmidei Chacham help make Shalom? So Rabbi Cheskel Abramsky said, they're not involved in petty things. Why is there so much machlokas? This one insulted this one did something else. I mean, it's not important things that most machlokas is based on. So therefore, Talmidei Chacham, they're interested in learning, they're interested in important things. They don't get involved in the chlokas. So we see that Torah brings shalom, and that for sure will get rid of sinas china. Avodah says tefillah is achdus. Why? First of all, everyone davens the same tefillah. Some people will say, well, you shouldn't be more individual. And the answer is you can make your own individual tefillahs, but we all daven the same tefillah. We also all say it in the Lashon Rabbi, in the plural. You can go over to somebody and say to him, somebody you don't even know, say, I was davening for you today. Really? How do you know who I am even? Yeah, the answer is I'm davening for all of Klal Yisrael. And it says, Kol hamispal ban chaveiro hunan atchila. If I daven for someone else, and I need the same thing, I will be answered first. So, we're all saying Shemona Esrei, we're all davening for everybody else. That's a unity. Now, Tefillah B'tzibur gets people together for davening. That's also unity. Unfortunately, sometimes getting together could also cause problems, so you have to work hard that it should only be the good and not the bad. Yeah. Even without a minyan, as they say, you can concerned about other people, so therefore that is your unity with Klal Yisrael. Now, if a person has see, the reason that this is important, because usually people are just worried about themselves, but a person who really cares about others and their needs, we say in the bracha in the morning, She'asalahi kol tzarki. He makes for me all that I need. The other bracha is Pokeach Ivrim, Abisharim are plural. But this is, in Rabbi, in singular to say, he only makes whatever I need, but I'm not, whatever, if someone else needs, I'm not going to say, he has whatever he needs. I got to take care of him. Even if it's something that I myself wouldn't even need, but I should do it for him because he needs it. You also find in the Hallel, it says, Me'es Hashem hoisa zois, hi niflas be'eneinu. It's a wonder in our eyes. It's such great things. I say it all the time about our time that we live in. We cannot understand it. We can't believe it. After all the tzaras, Rahman HaSan, that Yidden went through in the Gullus, and we have what we have today. It's a pella. It's a wonder. So Hashem nagil v'nismachavo. We should be thankful and happy. And then we cry out, An Hashem Oshiana. If everything was so perfect, so why are we crying out to Hashem? So we say it twice. The first one is, it's good for me. What about all the other people that are suffering? So I have to daven for them. An Hashem Oshiana. And second of all, the person himself doesn't know what the future has in store for him. So it says that in Mishnah in Brachos, a person should always thank for the past and ask for the future. So we see that tefillah can also prevent sinas chinam. Some people also, even before they daven in the morning, they say the makabel on themselves, the havtorecha kamocha. Yeah. So that's the unity created by tefillah. And Gemilas Chasodim, that's simple, that relates to sinas chinam. Michtam Eliyahu says that the more a person does for others, he'll come to love them. We see halach in the Torah that the person sees his enemy's donkey crouching under the burden, he has to help him. And also you see that it's to chesed is to make shalom. Some people send shalach manis to those people who they don't get along with so well, to try to improve the relationship. Also, we have the mitzvah of Yavtarecha Kamocha. So we say that, who's telling you in the Torah? Do you love your best friend? You love him anyway. You don't need the Torah to tell you. It means the person who maybe even went against you. See, one example where people get upset with other people is when someone, let's say he did you many favors, years and years, and then he goes against you for some reason. Good, you have to judge him favorably. Maybe there's a good reason. But even if it would be no reason to judge him favorably, you have to appreciate everything that he did for you, even now he went against you. So, and where do you see that in the Torah? You're not allowed to hate an Egyptian because we were guests in his land. So you see that people have to always be concerned to have good relationships with their fellow man. Okay, so that's the Indian of Gemilas Chasodim. So we see all these three of Torah, Vodah, Gemilas Chasodim is a tikkun for the sinas chinam, because it means that everyone is going to be learning Torah. You're not involved in these petty things. and tefillah, we're davening for everyone else, and we're concerned, and real chasodim for sure is going to keep away from sin and schina. So we see that we can be metaking these averas, and we can accomplish two things. One is help to build the base of Mikdash, and the other one is that will be prepared for Yemei Adin, right? These are days, it's not so long off till we get to Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. A person wants to be prepared. He shouldn't say, well, last minute I'm going to do tshuva. So like it's good, Tisha can prepare us to get in the right mood. It says in the Gemara in Brachas, there are 4 things that need chizuk. You always have to strengthen, you have to always improve them, you have to always work on them. And 3 of them are Torah, Tefillah, and Ma'asim Tovim. The same 3 things, Torah, Tefillah, Ma'asim Tovim, always to keep working on them. Now it's Bein Hazmanim coming up. Torah, of course, very important. Keep a Seder every day. And it's very precious time, not to waste the time. Person needs a little bit relaxation, but take advantage and not waste it. And sometimes there are things that you would like to learn, you can't learn during this Zman, you have to learn whatever the yeshiva learns, so take advantage for that as well. Avoda, kavana, in davening, especially in brachas. Brachas is such a short thing, you know. Motzi lechem haaretz, very great. And the Shem Hashem, it's a short thing. The whole davening is hard, but have kavana in brachas. There's a halacha that says that if a person is eating while he's walking, then he's allowed to continue. He can bench while he's walking. He ate while he's walking, he can bench while he's walking. But if he sits down to eat, and then he says, "Oh, I'm in a rush. I have to go. I don't have time to bench sitting down." You're not allowed. He has to bench sitting down. Now we could say a similar idea in terms of birchas hamazon and benching. When a person eats, he concentrates on his food. He enjoys it. He concentrates on it. So how much more so do we have to concentrate on the birchas hamazon when we daven, when we bench? Now, so that's milas chasodim. We have to try to work on. Look for people who need help. And if you look, there's a sign up, chesed opportunities. You can see me tonight or one of these days about possible to help people. To try to increase your relationships and improve your relationship with other boys in the yeshiva, even someone that you don't have so much of a relationship with. Even a smile is called a chesed because it says in the Chazal say that a smile is better than a cup of milk. So that's for sure chesed, okay? Sometimes, let's say someone may have slightly insulted somebody, so now he's going to ask, should I ask mechila? So maybe it's better not to, because when you ask mechila, like he didn't even notice it, and you're going to make a whole big deal out of it. So what do? Just try to be extra friendly with him and show that you can, that you care about him, that you make him consider it important. Anyway, with these 3 things, if we work on them during these days, we can, again, for ourselves, we'd be prepared for Yom Adin, and we can bring about the building of the Beis HaMikdash, b'mher b'yameinu.